guys, Vaughn here with... Yeah, he's back finally. Yeah, and, well, we're doing another Hearthstone reveal. This is the 5th one of many more to come. Kinda. Well, that's because the design team really did want to make a Goblins vs. Gnomes 2.0, but different. Oh no, they went no RNG really on this, supposedly. Yeah. No, they wanted it unique and different. So, the first card up for this reveal is Eternium Rover. 1 mana, 1/3, whenever this minion takes damage, gain 2 armor. It's a mech, so magnetic works with it, and at minimum, this gains you 2 armor, with just the body gaining you 6 at max. Ah, magnetic! Yeah, Lost has been not trying to keep up with the card reveals. Yeah, magnetic basically means if you play the minion to the non-token side, if you know what that means. You know how if you just summon a random minion, hero powers? The non-token side, I can't remember which way. If you play a mech to the non-token side, it will glue itself to another mech. AKA, there was a card a little bit ago that was, you can see this, but they cannot. That was a very simplistic card that everyone compared to Blessing of Kings. This is very simply just a 5 mana 5/5 Blessing of Kings. But you have to play it to this side of the minion. Yeah, it's basically a spell if you play it to the left, and it's a minion if you play it to the right. That's been a long thought idea. Yeah, Karazhan's done that, also some other expansions. Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of that idea. If you play it to the left, it gives it to the mech to the right. So, yes, this by itself only has 3 health, which means it can only give 6 armor. But if you put that guy on here, it now is a 6/8. Oh, there's a lot with magnetic. In the first video, was saying magnetic's such a bad design. And then in the next video, I'm like just talking about how OP magnetic is. I'm like, I've designed this and trust me, it's hard to balance at times. But talking about these cards, this card by itself kind of is underwhelming. It reminds me of the Valkyrie that summons the 2/2 ghouls if it survives. Oh, you're talking Young Priestess, the 1 mana 2/1 that end of the turn gives health. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Rampage. Forgot about all of those types of cards. So yeah, this card overall I think is actually going to be useful. It is a 1 mana gain 6 if you just abuse this thing right, which is in line with Ironhide. 1 mana spell, it's a 5 armor. This is not under the heal category. Armor Warrior, we've had that before. Yep. Christology. Draw 2 1-attack minions from your deck. No, trust me, they really love making... Oh yeah, they have the Mancer back already. We saw the Astromancer or whatever. So I'm like, okay, 2 1-attack card minions from your deck. What is going to have 1 attack except Stonehill Defenders? Righteous Protector. What else? One attack. Whoops! Sorry about that. I didn't realize that you were muted by accident.
Oh.
You. I accidentally had my, this audio, which is where you pop up in.
Oh.
You see the bar now.
Yeah. So basically, technical difficulties, I just threw basically 25 cents to the toilet.
Oh yeah, he basically was just wondering about Magnetic and mentioned about a heal warrior. I kind of just restate everything anyway. But yeah, specifically 1 attack minions. I don't think they're... Oh, 7 mana 1/1.
Righteous Protector...
No, 7 mana 1/1.
Oh.
What's her name? Lynessa? The one that casts spells on herself.
Not sure.
I'm like, you could make this in a cast your spells on itself. This would work in a Galvadani deck. Because it is a 7 mana 1/1 that you draw.
Now, how long will Ungoro stick with us when this expansion comes out?
Ungoro was the first expansion of last year.
Okay, so it's gonna stay with us until what, the end of the year?
Yep.
End of the actual year, not Blizzard year, right?
No, it's a Blizzard year.
Oh, okay.
Until next April.
Ah, nice.
Because, well, we got our expansion in April. Witchwood was the first expansion of this year.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm like, I don't see many 1-attack minions. This would work very well in a zoo deck with a whole lot more 1-attack minions, actually.
Problem is, it's not an odd cost card, which would work perfectly with the Silverhand Recruit Army, I was thinking.
But Silverhand Recruits you don't draw from your deck. That's a bad case.
I know. But here's the thing, like, you're gonna make a zoo deck. You need all the minions you can get.
But that means you also need the even cost minions as well.
Yeah, that's the issue.
I'm like, zoo would work. This would work great in Murloc already.
Definitely not using this in what's the name of that guy who turns all one cost cards into legendaries?
Oh, yeah, that 5/5.
Yeah.
Firework Tech. 2 mana, 2/1. Battlecry, give a friendly mech 1/1. If it has a death rattle, trigger it. This is even better than Forlorn Stalker.
I mean, Forlorn Stalker was pretty mediocre, and honestly, you needed to have a big hand with death rattles.
Yeah, Forlorn Stalker was a 3 mana 3/3 that just triggered a friendly minion death roll, which still beat the legendary 6 mana 6/5 that just triggered that death rattle.
Poor princess.
Notice how we're just apparently death rattles are becoming more and more wanted.
Hey, punishes your opponent for killing it.
Yeah, but now it has to be a mech, and it has to have a death rattle, which is interesting.
Too bad we don't have Nerubian spores anymore.
Hmm?
Too bad we don't have Nerubian spores, or what was the card? Infest.
Oh yeah, Infest. Oh, we got something that rivals Infest.
Ooh, I'm interesting. Do tell.
It is a 2 mana spell that makes all your minions, or beasts, I forgot which, give mechs when they die to your hand.
Thank you, Blizzard.
Yes, I'm noticing that we're just really outcosting every other expansion right now. It's like everything here I would bump up 1, maybe 2 mana, to put it in line with the power levels of other expansions, but it is just so wacky, like this guy. It's a 2 mana, okay, 2 mana, 2/3, give a mech 1/1. That's what we see in Murloc. So, it's a little under, but it has a death rattle trigger. So, I don't know, this one feels like it might need to be a little more costly, but...
Wait, did he change the image?
No.
Okay, on my side it's still the same. You're saying 2 mana, 1/3 or something like that.
Oh, no, I was talking about Rock Pool. A card that we actually see play. It's a neutral 2 mana, 2/3 Murloc that gives Murlocs 1/1. This is a 2 mana, 2/1 non-mech that gives mechs 1/1. So it's actually a little worse than Rock Pool. But it does have the death rattle trigger for that tag and 2 health, I think. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I mean, the most obvious thing I could use this thing for is Harvest Bond.
Oh yeah, Harvest Golem. Oh yeah, now 1 mana Shooting Star. This is gonna really tell how much spell damage is worth. We have Micro Meteor basically. 1 damage to the minion and 1 to the ones next to it.
Man, I thought Meteor was overkill already. But now that we got Meteor, prepare for all the spell damage in the world.
This would also work very well with Celestial Emissary. Battlecry, next spell you cast this turn has 2 spell damage. This would be a 1 mana 3 clear, better than wow, that's a lot better than Power Shot.
Make a wish.
Also, with some of the other spell damages, I'm noticing that spell damage 2 is just becoming way too common now.
I mean, what was the first card that actually did that? Two
Moonkin.
Spell damage. Ah, okay.
Jungle Moonkin, the 4 mana, that gave both heroes spell damage +2.
I can understand people being scared of using that card.
And then, I think it was like a Cobalt or something.
Evolved Cobalt.
Yeah. And now it's like we got another Moonkin, we got a Dragon that does it. We got a lot that does that now.
Oh, no.
What?
Ancient Mage. Sometimes I forget things.
Yeah, give adjacent minions 1. Oh no, and this is something that I think this card is going to be very useful in the early game with 1 or 2 spell damage. But it's also going to be bumped up drastically by the next card. So, Lost, any thoughts on this card?
Pretty nice for what it does. It typically does 3 split damage, but you can actually aim it at something.
Yeah. Especially with the next card, it's going to get very dangerous. Yeah. Just spell damage +2, no downside. We usually see a 4 stat drop on a minion for spell damage +2, but Mage, nope.
Mage don't need minions. Mage needs spells.
I know, I'm like, if we look at the Evolved Cobalt, it was a 4/4 for 6. You lost 2/2 stats for its spell damage +2. Thalanos or Azure Drake, also seeing that spell damage drop. Azure Drake's 5 mana for a 4/4. Yeah, it does draw a card, but it also does spell damage, so somewhere there. Thalanos, yeah, draws a card and spell damage. But look at this, we literally have a spell damage equals piloted Shredder.
Too bad we're not getting a minion out of it.
We gain 2 spell damage. Oh god, you have not seen some of the insanity spell damage can do. I'll show that afterward. But this card is going to be powerful. Arcane Missiles is going to be wrecking people's face. I've been fighting a shitload of aggro mage, where they just use Sorcerer's Apprentices and Thalanos and Mana Worms and, well...
Molten Reflection, all that jazz?
No Molten Reflection, they're too slow. Molten Reflection, too slow. Next up, I'm trying to figure out what the next card would be. Shrink Ray! 5 mana, make everything a 1/1.
So we combine a whole rear guardian and a equality.
Oh, I know what you're trying to think. It's
Yeah,
Eldor
yeah.
Peacekeeper or
No.
Truthkeeper.
Sun. No.
Sunkeeper
Ungoro
Terror makes everything a 3/3.
Yeah, but it minimizes things.
Yeah, it's an equality plus a you have been judged.
Don't know who that is.
That was a 7 mana 3/7 that makes all their minions have 1 attack.
I'm not sure if I'm being picky, but I personally don't like this card already.
I'm like, everything gets 1/1. So your hero power is now equal to anything in the world for this board.
I know.
Also Consecrate, but also opponent's removal. That's equality's downfalls. It's a balanced effect.
Yeah, but usually when you had equality, you could just combo with Consecrate, and you would still have the damage, so it would still hurt.
Yeah, you'd still have the damage. Now it's like, this is a real oh no, things turned sideways moment.
It's kind of like a psionic screech or whatever. It's like, I understand its practical use, I just don't like it. And usually when people have used psionic screech against me in some of my games, it actually becomes more beneficial for me.
Yes, because that one does have a downside, but also has so much upside. This one I'm not really seeing much upside except board clear.
Yeah.
And the issue is comparing it to that card for 2 more mana and a bump up in rarity.
Yeah, unless you're willing to use Kray's Pyromancer. What was his name?
Wild Pyro.
Yeah, Wild Pyro. But how much? He's
But then that's
gonna
gonna murder your own board too.
Yeah.
At that rate, it's easier to just combo with equality because for 4 mana you clear the board.
Yeah. So yeah, first card we don't necessarily
I'm like, yeah, this card's interesting. It would work very well if there's a lot of buff or big decks, which, dear God, it looks like we're gonna have a big deck meta. It's either gonna be aggro or super large, and this card's gonna be brilliant in them.
Are we gonna have a fight of Godzilla in this meta?
Probably. Ancestral Call, but only for you.
I love it already.
Yep. Just gotta pay 2 extra mana. Oh! Summon a copy! Not even summon the minion. I didn't even read a copy.
So wait, you're just adding a copy of a card, or?
Summon a copy of a random minion from your hand. Ancestral Call literally pulled the minion out of your hand. This literally summons a copy, so for 5 mana you'd summon the minion randomly from your hand.
What? The only minion in your hand is Windlord?
No, Malagos.
Or which? Is this blue or what color is?
Shaman. That's why I said Ancestral Call. Ancestral Call Malagos was a very potent deck back in the day. From what I remember. Well, it wasn't that potent, it was just super annoying when you did queue into it. So this might be bringing back Malagos. Any other insane combos?
What other big threats does Shaman really have? You might accidentally just summon I don't know, Frost Elemental. Not Frost Elemental, Avalanche Element or whatever. Avalanche Shine or something.
Oh, yeah. But those things cost 0, so...
If they cost 0 by that point, because it's 6 mana, so... How many mana crystals have you overloaded by that point? Like, what's
well, the issue is if you're playing this on 6, you're having so many random minions in your hand.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this is going to go back to the Malagos Ancestral Call design. Missile Launcher. 6 mana, 4/4. Magnetic. At the end of the turn, deal 1 damage to all other characters.
So it's gonna hurt everything except itself.
Yep. And
That's
possibly if you glue it to a minion, now it's itself.
It's like a mini Baron-Geddon.
Yeah.
Or did Baron-Geddon actually hurt himself?
Baron-Geddon does not hurt himself. It's only if 2 Baron-Geddons, then they start murdering each other.
Nice.
I've had 3 Baron-Geddons and they all die in the same turn.
Yeah.
5 health with 3... Oh wait, no, it'd be 4 Baron-Geddons. I'm trying to think what the heck happened. Oh yeah, they were already wounded because of something.
So now we got mini Baron-Geddon, so
Yep.
that's...
Mech-based Baron-Geddon. So all these magnetics and mechs are actually going to have some possibility over here. I definitely see this thing as a possible power player, and that's another issue, is there's too many good cards.
They look flashy, nice, and cool like a new car, but when you actually test drive it, is it gonna be?
Oh yeah, like a... Oh, this one's apparently like one of the more lackluster reveals, apparently. Beforehand, I'm like, you need to bump this thing up by 2 mana, this gets another mana. I'm like, these feel kinda okay overall. I'm like, this guy, I might want to make 7 mana, but at that rate I'd probably want to make it deal 2.
Yeah,
I'm like, 6 mana works beautifully because of the 1 mana cost for magnetic, I feel.
Yeah, but we've also got to compare it to other cards. Like, what decks won't you see it being used in? Like, its price and its stats and its effect.
I know, and that's the thing. It's like, we don't know what the meta is going to look like.
I think Dreadlord is 1 mana less and has, like, 1 extra health.
But it only does it to enemies.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It only does it to enemies, not yourself or any of your other minions.
Oh, this does it to all characters as well.
That's what I'm referring to. Like,
but it doesn't kill your opponent either.
But the fact that it's neutral makes it
big taken. It's neutral and mech. Paladin could abuse this thing massively.
Warrior or Floating Berserker, if you have one in hand.
Oh god, yeah. Warrior, Paladin, and Hunter could abuse this thing massively because they're mech orientated right now.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's a nice flat base card. And the consistent 4 mana 1/1, summon a 5/5, 5 mana 2/2, summon an 8/8. Oh, now it's a 6 mana 2/2, summon a 7/7.
AK, little guy brings home the big punch.
Yep, the non-egg cards.
I swear we're gonna have an egg mechanic one of these days.
We do. We almost have, practically. Hey, remember that Hunter card? Trigger, give a mech 1/1 and trigger its death rattle?
Oh, subtle hints.
Yeah, hey, I'm playing Recruit Hunter a lot, so I can see this as an idea. Very crappy in Recruit Hunter, but maybe a big hunter? Or just a mid-range grow hunter?
Clearly, Mr. Bitey has a big friend backing him up.
Yep. And just think, if you don't actually do this, but put a magnetic on it, put a magnetic minion onto this, it's now a threat itself, so your opponent has to kill this thing, and then deal with the 7/7.
It's got more practical use than...
If you literally slap a warbot on it, it's a 7/7 that summons a 7/7 when dead.
Nice.
So literally with this and warbot, common and rare, we literally have 2 7/7s for 11 mana. Of course, silence would ruin it, but that's most death rattles as well.
Yeah. And not everybody's going to be running around with silence, because you don't expect it.
Yeah, no, I don't think silence will be that large. Heck, the legendary weapons came out, and I was preaching a 6 Swamp Oozes and so much weapon removal. And when we actually go in, we got 1 weapon removal card possibly in a deck, which is a 3-mana 3/3 that gains armor equal to your opponent's attack, which doesn't actually do anything against opponents with 0 attack weapons. So, we might be preaching a silence meta over here, but it'll never come. Next up is the epic we have. Academic Espionage. 4 mana, shuffle 10 cards from your opponent's class into your deck. They cost 1.
Now.
Lost. Do you think this should be 8 mana just by hearing that?
No, let us enjoy it.
I know, I'm like, this feels like it should be more like 6, maybe 7, because it shuffles 10 cards. Well, it doesn't add it to your hand, actually.
Let us enjoy it before it gets nerfed through the roof.
Oh, yeah. I honestly don't think this will get nerfed because you can't consistently pull off Insanity with this.
But when people will start, and yes, the dreaded deck that nobody likes fighting.
Cutlass?
Mill Rogue.
How is Mill Rogue going to mill you?
That's the thing. Can it still mill?
No.
No windmill? Good.
Mill Rogue has lost its mill. The only way Mill Rogue was able to mill you last year was Cold Light Oracle.
And Cold Light Oracle has been turned...
massacred. So we can make a Fatigue Rogue.
But with new cards coming out, is it possible or no?
Not as of yet. They have not made anything that makes both players draw cards that is rogue or neutral. There are some druid cards, but that's not gonna be the same. Mill Rogue has been killed, and they have said that Mill Rogue was not a wanted thing for so long.
But you know, it just happened.
Oh, they made a super version of Gang Up.
Oh no.
It's a 2-mana 3/2 minion. That's a common. That literally does Gang Up only to friendly minions. Gang Up was a rare spell 2 mana. I'm like, what the heck? They're really costing all this stuff down now. I'm like, this card's gonna be interesting. They cost 1, let you use your Death Knight use so much.
No,
if you literally get 9 or less mana cards, which literally means if you don't get 10 mana cards, you can play this, you can play the 1 cost, and then get a duplicate off your shadow. And that just makes your test even better and better. Cutlass test decks are the new way to build Rogue, I feel, with this card.
I'm scared, actually.
Super.
Hollow might...
I'm like, I remember Miracle Rogue and Mill Rogue. Now we have Value Rogue, and that's the part that I don't like.
Okay, time to make more aggro decks that are anti-rogue.
Oh yeah. Plus, you could actually just put the quest in here probably and just win with that too.
Oh.
Okay, now moving on to the legendaries. The first two really feel like they should be in the opposite class.
Crystal Smith Kangor or what? Kangor?
Crystal Smith Kangor. Divine Shield, Lifesteal, your healing is doubled. Sorry, we're having some stuff in the background getting worked on. As well as this guy. I'm putting them side by side because of just how opposite they feel. Your healing is doubled is a Velen ability. If you've cast any spells on this minion, resummon it. That is a Galvadon Lanessa ability.
So, oh, Death Rattle, you cast any spells. Okay.
You see why I think these two kind of feel flipped.
Yeah, honestly,
we got Mini Velen in Paladin, and now we have a combo between the Poison Plant.
The Vorax?
No. The 4 mana 5/3, play Death Rattle, go dormant, play 4 spells to relive, or play 4 things.
Death Flower, Carn.
Corpse Flower, yeah.
Yeah.
And Lynessa. I'm like, these two feel like they're kind of flipped, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
But I
Paladin
do
is kind.
like how Healadin is once again a thing. And that's
Yeah, I
something we
mean,
always forget.
but its stats and its life is
Low.
so. Yeah,
Both of
like
these are way subpar.
you don't have like for Crystal Smith, you don't exactly have time to put out the benevolent genies and what are they called?
No, but here's the thing. I thought, lay on hands, heal 16, draw 3 cards, 10 mana.
Now I was kind of thinking of using them. Forgot what they're called. They're the guys that do 2 damage whenever your character's. Whenever you're healed, they deal that amount of heal to damage an enemy.
Oh, you're talking the Dark Vanguard or whatever. Isn't that
Yeah.
gone?
No. This is from Frozen Throne.
Oh, Frozen Throne?
Yeah.
The 6 mana 3/8s that deal damage? Yeah. Yeah, they took out a Cthulhu or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, your healing would be doubled. Also, Zarek Master Cloner. I get the idea, especially seeing the Priest Legendary spell.
We'll still have Sunshard with us for a while.
Oh, yeah, you have not seen the Priest Legendary spell, have you?
No. Wait, legendary spell?
Every class has a scientist and their work. Their work is the legendary spell, and they are the legend. They're the scientists.
Do tell.
Zarek, the priest spell, is a 9 mana that summons 1/1s of every minion in your deck. Paladin, I'm laughing at because it's like so underwhelming. It's 7 mana to summon 3 mechs, but they keep all magnetic.
So
I'm like, Kangar doesn't deal with that at all from what I can see. The magnetic, the mechs, the summoning of them, there's nothing at them at all. Zarek at least keeps the idea.
Come on, Kangar. I know you can do better than that.
If Kangar was a mech, I'd at least start giving some credit. But no.
Yeah.
Zarek Master Cloner? Yeah, he just clones himself. He clones minions. Creation Priest.
Ah, that kind of sounds kind of contradictory.
I know, that sounds so anti-religious. And then the next two...
The like does not approve.
The next two... The Boommaster Flark. 7 mana, 5/5. Battlecry, summon 4 0/2 Goblin Bombs. The 0/2 Goblin Bombs are also collectible. They are 1 mana 0/2s at death rattle, deal 2 damage to a random enemy. I don't remember if it's minion or not. And then the Warrior spell to go with Dr. Boom Mad Genius. 9 mana, the Boom Ship. Summon 3 random minions from your hand, give them rush.
Blizzard honestly needs to make a small cartoon about Dr. Boom.
Oh god, I just love how much they have gotten out of Dr. Boom.
Yeah.
Dr. Boom literally only gives you 1 quest in the entire World of Warcraft from what I remember.
Well, I mean, Blizzard has the famous thing for making characters that sometimes people forget into more things that will stick around with us for a lot more.
And how they also just create characters as well.
It keeps on expanding, ever growing.
Like, I know none of the scientists are actual people because there's no science labs from what I have heard.
Until an expansion comes out for it.
Yep.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, okay, the Boom Ship's fairly powerful, and the Dr. Boom impersonator, to say the least, could
go back to being a wannabe.
Possibly be better. It does average roll that, well, actually less than average rolls, and they can't even attack. Those 0/2 Goblin Bombs are actually collectible cards that are like 1 mana, deal 2 damage to a random enemy or enemy minion.
So basically wannabe boom bots.
Yeah, they can't attack. They don't do 1 to 4. They do 2.
Well, I mean, imitation is the world's biggest form of flattery, I guess.
Yeah.
Only if done right, I guess.
And they are mech. Oh god, they are mechs, so anything that triggers Death Rattles in Hunter. It's Death Rattle and Mech Death Rattle, so that card we saw earlier would also work on them.
I get the weird feeling that Blizzard wants me to play Mech Hunter.
Oh, like they wanted Dragon Hunter to be a thing?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, they're giving Beast Dragon Mech to Hunter.
Not to mention... Yeah, they're trying... Is Blizzard trying to hint us that we're going to have a Cyborg Dragon next expansion?
I don't know.
Or just Cyber Beasts?
That would be like this expansion. The next expansion looks more normal to the World of Warcraft.
Wait, there's already hints for that already.
You know they released the year's 3 expansion pictures.
Oh, okay.
At the beginning.
My bad.
Yeah, we saw Witchwood. A lot of people got Netherstorm. No one understood that it would be Dr. Boom in Netherstorm, with a completely fictional place only in Hearthstone lore. Also, as I keep mentioning, I see a fucking Rager back here.
Will we have a Mecha Rager now?
And I bet that's a Goblin Bomb, now that I'm thinking about it.
You got a little light bulb spider. I like.
Oh yeah, those.
That is adorable.
Oh yeah, well, also the Ragers have been outclassed, massive power creep.
Not the rage.
Oh yeah, do we have any cards we haven't gone over? No. But yeah. Okay, apparently with that. Which card do you think's the most powerful so far out of the bundle we saw?
I honestly really like, and do honestly, Shooting Star.
Yeah,
I like
Shooting Star.
The idea that is basically a aimable arcane missiles. Like, oh, you're
non-face arcane missiles as well.
Yeah. So if you're playing
oh, I just realized this. Kona Cold. I was literally joking to myself that we're gonna see Kona Cold soon. 1 mana, deal 1 damage to a minion, 1 to the adjacents. And for 3 mana, you freeze them! Kona Cold, 4 mana. And they only get frozen afterward. This is literally a non-frozen Kona Cold. And I was joking that we'd probably see Kona Cold with how many positionings we care about nowadays. Oh god, mic issues.
Using level up.
There we are.
We got your option, Shooting Star.
Yep, Kona Cold, as I mentioned, I don't know if you heard, I really joked about for so long.
Yeah. And with the amount of spell damage we're getting, we might see Arcane Explosion back.
Yeah, like this. We get too much spell damage. We literally have a 2 mana minion that's a 2/1 that gives spell damage 2 for the next spell. So for 3 mana, Shooting Stars deal 3 to 3 minions. For those who don't know, that was in my previous card reveal. Celestial Emissary. Your next spell this turn has +2 spell damage.
I'm getting a Silver Surfer vibe out of this dude.
Oh yeah, probably. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting cards that definitely have some heavy power levels.
A lot of Celestial Blue guys. I'm surprised they've not made a. I'm not surprised they've not made a reference to Dr. Manhattan.
But yeah, I definitely believe that Shooting Star will be like the power card out of this reveal set.
What about you, Vaughn? What's your favorite out of this?
No, I'm saying Shooting Star.
Oh.
I loved Kona Cold back when it was 3 mana. And well, this is literally 3 mana less and you don't care about Froze.
Yeah, Freeze has...
Freeze is not worth 1 mana per minion.
Yeah.
So yeah, with that, until...
One message? Can I make one message?
Yep.
Blizzard, if you do happen to see upon this, Please make the light bulb spiders into an actual collectible item.
I think they are.
I want one.
Oh, yeah.
That's all.
Okay, until the
Next time.
29th or whenever I'm going to do this again. Probably until Monday because I'm taking a break off over the weekend. See you guys till the next Hearthstone
time.
review.
We gotta practice that more.